Hello everyone and welcome back to Auto Futures Trading. In this video I'm going to introduce you to Sessions, an automated strategy for NinjaTrader built around the relationship between the major global market sessions. So price behavior can change significantly as one session ends and another session begins. So from London to New York, for example. Especially when a quieter overnight range is formed by a more active period. So Sessions was designed to study that transition automatically, making it well suited for anyone who wants to use session structure without manually marking levels and following every movement through the night, which can be especially painful, but it's just more convenient if something's watching over for you instead of you sitting up and watching either the Asian or the London session all night, and then you got to trade in the morning. The strategy begins by tracking the important boundaries created during the Asian session, giving a clear picture of where price has already traveled before London becomes active. So once the London session begins, Sessions watches how the market interacts with those established levels and identifies the first meaningful push beyond the overnight range. However, it does not simply enter because the level has been crossed. Instead, it continues monitoring how the market develops afterward, looking for a shift in the price structure that may signal the original movement is beginning to lose control. The exact sequence remains part of the strategy's private logic, but the overall approach combines the session levels, directional expansion, and changing market structure to recognize the potential movement back through the range. So when the required conditions align, Sessions can open a position and automatically place a protective stop using the London structure. So you can see like there's no, we don't have an example here. There was no trade today or yesterday, but it would be basing it off the level. So you could say, London structure, it would be the London high maybe, or the London low. Those are just two examples. And usually that's very positive, or it's a stronger feature of this because instead of just basing it off of maybe ATR or a fixed stop, if it's doing it based on who's already traded at that level, then it's either it's going to fall through, or it does a little retest, and it's usually almost like a magnet. So as I was saying, it places a protective stop using the London structure, while the intended target is connected to the opposite side of the earlier session range. So this creates a strategy that's not simply following a breakout, but studying what happens after that breakout and waiting for the market to reveal a more complete story. So alongside that core process, so Sessions includes several controls that allow you to adjust how it operates. So you can allow long entries, short entries, or both directions. Position sizing can remain fixed or calculated automatically around a selected dollar risk amount, which when it's used, the strategy measures the distance to its protective stop and calculates a suitable position size, while the max contract setting can be used to keep that amount within your preferred limit. So we can go same thing as the other strategies. You have all the basic settings, daily limits, management settings, and the filters. This is more of a closed book strategy, but no, as I was mentioning, it's based on sessions, and that's what we can say for now. It also includes optional scaling, which would be here, and the trailing stop, allowing part of the position to be closed after price reaches a selected portion of the target, as well as an optional trailing feature that can protect the progress once the movement develops. So you don't get, like if it turns against you, you're not just going to get fully blown. Daily controls allow you to set profit and loss limits or pause new entries after the positive or negative outcomes. So you're winning and losing trades, which is these, and the stop after wins and losses. You can also choose individual operating days, block specific time periods, which is the no trade times, and enable the optional market bias filter to avoid positions that conflict with the broader directional outlook, which is based on our own estimates. We send that every morning. For additional visual context, an optional overlay, which is an indicator, can be displayed right on the chart. And it's too bad there's no example here. I can't really go through an example right now. You can always backtest this, of course, but right now there's nothing else on the chart, and we didn't download anything past that. So right now we just have the AFD flow indicator on here. So altogether, sessions is built around timing, global market structure, and the way price can shift as activity moves from one part of the world to another. So as I said, it would be Asian to London. So I guess we kind of grab this. And as you're moving through the morning, it would always be taking trades overnight, so you're not the one taking them. And overnight, I mean in EST time. And it would stop trading once the New York session time opens. So it studies the London response, as I said, and waits for its internal conditions to align before acting, while you remain in control of sizing, direction, scheduling, and risk. And that's why you can also have the no trade times, so you can choose when it doesn't enter the trade. So no automated strategy can guarantee a positive result or remove all the risk, so sessions should always be tested in sim and adjusted to match your own approach before being used live. And that's why we offer a free trial, so you can download some of our products for free and use them live, test them in playback, and backtest them whenever, which is Strategy Analyzer, even after the free trial expires, to verify their performance and be comfortable with how our products work. So if you want to learn more about sessions, you can visit our websites or reach out. Thank you for watching.